So for today's video, this is the next part of the OSI model and TCP/IP model. But this time we are going to discuss the encapsulation and decapsulation process. We are going to discuss the encapsulation and decapsulation process of the communication on a um on a network. For example, when I send a picture, how does the layers encapsulate that picture, and how does the receiver decapsulate that picture to let him or her view the actual picture that I've sent. So without further ado, let's start. Um, while when sending a photo or other or text on or such things that we are going to send to a network, we are going to interact with it first. So we're going to are going to give the data to the application layer. Then next, wait, that encapsulation. Encapsulation. This is the encapsulation process first. Later, I will discuss the decapsulation. So first, we are going to interact with the what you call it, with the device. We are going to input the data. For this, we are simply searching on the web, so we will going to use the application layer because basically most of the application, the basic, um, not basic, but the most interactive part of the application layer is when we're searching on URL. For example, we're going to type https facebook.com, like that, google.com. Okay, then next is the transport layer. It will be segmented on transport layer, and it will add the segment header so that the data will now divided for for to be processed. Next, after on the transport layer, we are going to it will going to become a packet on the network layer, network layer, and on the network layer, the device will going to know where IP address, uh, what the IP address of the source and what's the IP address of the receiver, so that it the data that we're going to send will not be lost on its way. And next is on the data link. On the data link layer, it will be provided by a MAC address so that it it can it can be sent to the most specific to the most specific device, because we all know that all devices has their own specific MAC address, so that to avoid not to avoid but to wait sorry, so that we are able to determine what is the specific device that we are going to send by the data. And the physical layer, next is the physical layer. Physical layer is the it it's all about where media does our data will going to be sent. We are going to be what's the way of sending our data. So, and it can be through electric impulse, light, and because because we are using our electromagnetic signals like Wi-Fi signals. When we are using when we're using a fiber optic cable, the data flows through a light, and when we are going to excuse me, when we are going to use what we call it copper wire, we are going to to use electric impulses as our media. So that's all for the physical layer. Now, this is all about the encapsulate. This is all how we encapsulate our data, and this is the decapsulation process. This is the decapsulation process. As you can see that our our data will going to flow on different we're going to flow on different layers so that it encapsulate the data in until it becomes a bit that will going to flow through a copper or to a media, and then after it makarating sa on on its specific destination on its specific device, it will decapsulate layer by layer again, but now we are starting from the very bottom on on the physical layer. Then then the data will become a it's a bit. Then it will become a frame on the data link layer. Then it will become it will become an a packet on the network layer network layer. And after passing network layer, it will become a segment on transport layer. Then after that, it will be we can now view our our the receiver will now can view the what we call it, the data that we've sent through the application layer of its device. So that's all for encapsulation and decapsulation. I hope you understand something, and I hope you learned something new from me, and thank you for watching this video.